Hey, it is Jonathan Burhan here, and welcome to this video in Fruity Loops thingy. Yeah, FL. Sounds bad saying Fruity Loops, doesn't it? It's so old, it sounds like way old school saying Fruity Loops. But yeah, we'll say FL. Yeah. So what we're going to do in this video, well, I'm going to show you something that I suppose a little help for some people. Now, everybody uses a low pass and a high pass. Well, some people use more low pass and high pass, but I see so few people use band pass filters, and I don't understand why, because you can really change the sound. Let's take all this off, and let's start out as what it was, change fat down or whatever. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because it's like the sound. I'm going to change throughout anyway. I won't even save it because it's just a demonstration video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just reset. I should actually start off an init patch again and do all this, but I really don't want to turn this into a 5-minute video of extra stuff that isn't needed. By going over useless crap. Let's cut this down to video into a couple of minutes instead. Right, so let's say we have a square sound going there. Now basically, as I explained in a previous video, band pass is like a sweep between a narrow band of, well, a narrow band of frequencies, right? So if we have when we have our cutoff on the lower end of the spectrum, we're having the lower frequencies that are available. Let's say it depends really, depending on what we're at. So the idea is pretty simple, that we sweep between our sound and demonstration. Now what is this good for? It's great for build-ups and during breakdowns and things like that, because it gives a completely different effect than using low and high pass, because you're actually cutting out frequencies that are outside that band while you sweep. That's not all it can do. What we can do here is we can change, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another sound here, and I'm going to change the semitones, which is basically changing the octave down on this. So when we're going to be sweeping our frequencies, what do you think is going to happen? Well, our higher end of our octave here, our higher octave, is going to be dominated by a square sound, right? And the lower semitones there are going to be dominated by a different wave altogether. So as we sweep through the band pass, the higher we get, the more that our square will be in focus, and the lower we get, the more that our other wave will be in focus. And so we can bounce between wave 3 and wave 1 by doing sweeps. So I mean, you can use whatever you want. You can use different saw waves. You can use whatever your VST has. It's up to you. This is just my sound that I am doing. So I'm a bit of a square hole. So let's play this back now. Let's see what. Let's shove this up here so we can get our square dominating. I've increased the volume of this sound here a bit higher, or shall I say this wave, or oscillator, or whatever you want to name it. It's up to you. A bit higher, because the lower you get, then the more weaker a sound generally becomes. And I don't mean the bass that's driving the bass, I mean the weaker that you can hear it. So let's play this back. Without the pad, and let's turn this off. Let's play this back. can hear it. Let's turn this off and let's put this lower here, down here, and let's play this back. Okay, let's put our square on. So which one would you say is a stronger? This. Right. Do the same here. Turn this off. Turn it back on. Which one is a stronger? Our square. So what can we do here is that we can make so many dramatic changes by just changing the semitones of different waves up. So we're going to put this up, and that's going to be really dramatic. Maybe too much, but let's try it anyway. Let's play this back. Let's go lower. You see what we've done there? We've swooped between different waves. And it's totally up to you what you want to do. You can do a lot of things. You can change sounds in any way you want. It's up to you, but it saves you from having to create new instruments, and it gives a nice, nice sweeping effect between sounds. So we're starting off low, maybe during notice how we can change the sound with just delay quite a lot as well. And then we'll just sweep. There are a lot of things you can do with that, but that's just to show you that you can use a bandpass to sweep between different waves at different frequencies if you want. It's a feature there that you can use in any VST as long as you have multiple wave or oscillators to work with. So I hope that helps you guys to, create nice sweeping arps or whatever you want to do. I mean, hell, this is something you can use for pads or whatever. It's up to you. Which actually is pretty, pretty neat when you sweep between a sword pad to a square pad. But that's it. Maybe this video helps someone, and there you go. Cheers.